Hello everybody, it's Relena. I am back, and today I'm going to do something a little different from my usual. A lot of you noticed already that this is not exactly my usual filming format. You can't even see my face or really any part of me, just my legs. And I'm sitting like this because one of my knees is injured and I can't really sit my usual way with it. But this is kind of a bit of inspiration from Unica. On his channel, he always films with like a camera pointing at whatever he's doing when he's diamond painting, which I absolutely love. So there's that. Shout out to Unica. And I might pause and message somebody. I'm talking to a friend. Shout out to Dave Astero when he sees this. I'm going to be doing kind of a Halloween themed video, which I'm trying to see if I can do once a year, which is going to be centered around a theme that's not Selena entirely, but about something that's Halloween related or spooky related, whatever. I decided the starting theme this year is going to be Scooby Doo, and that's for a very good reason. And I will be trying my best to sketch out the characters to the best of my artistic ability while I talk about them. And I haven't been drawing for a while, so this is going to be kind of crappy, I might warn you. But let's see. To get down to the basics, the reason why I chose Scooby-Doo as the starting theme for this is because there will be a movie coming out in like May of 2020 next year that's going to be centered around Hanna-Barbera characters. Something like that. I don't know if that's how you even say the name of that company. I've always said Hanna-Barbera. Sounds like it'll be a big crossover movie with like a lot of the characters you used to see on like Boomerang commercials. Man, that's an old thing to even mention. But I'm just going to focus on Scooby and the gang. And the voice actors and their change in designs that I've seen that were recently leaked on the, I think the 50th anniversary. So I'll be starting with my favorite character. The one, the only, the beautiful Velma Dinkley. Alright, so I'm going to put my little put my little header. Alright. So, a little bit about the movie that's going to be coming out. So in this upcoming movie, Velma will be voiced by Gina Rodriguez. I don't know exactly who that is, so I won't say much about the voice actor. And she probably has some incredible feats that I'm not truly aware of, because I don't really dabble in the world of voice actors. And I'm just kind of one of the losers that doesn't, for some reason. Even though I love studying movies and films, you know. And one of the main reasons that Velma is my favorite character is because I can relate to her on a lot of levels, but I'll talk about that later. One of the things I want to mention is the early movies from the 2000s. That's where my love for Velma really started to grow, because she was played by Linda Cardellini, however you say her name. And that was kind of the best performance. She set the bar really high, because now when you see people play Velma, you kind of look at them and you're like, you know? I'm not saying I'm a top critic, but I am kind of picky when it comes to Velma, because she is ultimately like the queen. She's the brains behind almost every operation on Scooby-Doo, and if you can't play the role right, then you just can't. And I've seen some atrocious like designs and stuff for her from movies, and I'm like, you guys can do better. But that's just where I just like kind of want to stop with my love for Velma, otherwise I will ramble on for hours on end. There, we got her hair put together, and I might tuck her ear away underneath that little bundle of gorgeous hair. So about the movie, the leaked designs that I saw, I actually adore what they've done with Velma. They put more designs onto her little turtleneck, which I love, because people usually just put, it's a turtleneck, I don't care. They put like limited designs on it, which always kind of made me mad. I'm like, really? like, show Velma some love, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of Daphne, but I noticed they always put more designs into her than Velma. And Velma's always kind of the underdog, the ignored one. So for the new design, I was talking about how they put more designs on her sweater, which I really like, because I've always liked them, like, putting, like, a little collar or something around her turtleneck. It's an iconic look. The red shoes, the skirt, and her glasses, and that's another thing I like. They put some freckles on her cheeks, or like her upper cheeks, and then her face has some great shape. Her lips have some love around them, you know? And then her glasses are like fancy. They have like that blue shade that like tints downwards or something like that. It's like dark on top, light on bottom, if I recall correctly. Either way, I've always loved her glasses. They're Coke bottles, you know? And I loved when I learned about how people often like look for that specific set. Like whenever I go to like an eye doctor and I ask them, they always say people always ask about the ones like Velma from Scooby Doo, and I'm like, wow, how many people love this angel? I love the thought that I'm not alone in loving Velma, you know. And I'm not saying I hate Daphne. I'm just saying some early versions of her kind of annoy me, but back to Velma. Velma is like, she is the boss of like every single plan that happens. She is the one who puts together the traps most of the time, and people always kind of say, well, she's a nerd, so, you know. But I'm surprised how many shows have went to the direction of her getting the guys. I'm bad at drawing glasses. You know, just to say thank you, I'm gonna put some freckles on her, just like they did in the movie. I'm excited to see what she's gonna sound like. Like, I can't wait, because I don't know about Gina Rodriguez, but I'm pretty sure, like, I'm gonna put all my faith into the idea that she's gonna do a good Velma. Because Linda Cardellini had to do some real preparation just to get the voice right when she played her in the early 2000 films. This video might be a little long, and this might not be out in time for Halloween, but I will try my best to get it edited. Okay, I made it a little too thick. I noticed something about Velma, like, with her brilliance, she's just adorable. Like, if I could date a girl, I would absolutely love a little number like Velma. A little smarty. She is hands down my favorite. She is beautiful in her own way, and that's what I think a lot of fans like about her too, is that she doesn't have to she doesn't try to do beauty standards. Although they have done that route before, where she asks Daphne for a makeover, which I find hilarious, when they did that in the second film. And then she was wearing that, like, suit that was... I'm sorry, I can't keep a straight face talking about that. I probably sound like Batman. I always have trouble with this arm. Okay, there we go. There we go. I decided to bring it in a little closer because it might be hard to see. It's at a slightly different angle too, because changing the batteries means I have to take it out the stand because of where the battery thing is located. And we're back. Back to what I was saying about my lovely Velma. Still, I could talk for hours about Velma. I mean, like, there's so many movies where she didn't get the love she truly deserved. You know? And I just feel like they kind of ripped her off just because she's the nerdy girl, that she's not cool. You know, fit in with the cool crowd. But then again, she's probably not meant to. I think that's what they went for. You know? Velma does her own thing, and there's not a thing anyone can do about it. She is brilliant. She is smart. And overall, to me, she is the most beautiful character, just because she doesn't try to, like, overdose on makeup. And she is a hard character to play. I was talking about how the voice actors, like, there's a lot of them that play her, but I was also talking about how Linda had to prepare for her role when she was doing a live action Velma. And for me, that was one of my first introductions into the idea that Scooby Doo could be played by people in real life. And I have a book that is about the making of the 2000 films, and it talks about the creative process behind each of the characters and some of the risks they took with the movie. Linda stated herself in the book that she had a friend like go back into the old cartoons after she was rewatching them, something like that, and her friend basically made tapes of Velma's voice so she can get a grasp of how Velma talks. So what happened with that was, the tapes are supposed to be like, Velma, the cartoon, speaks, and then she would repeat whatever was said to the best of her ability. And she slowly just kind of learned through that to capture Velma's, I don't know what you would say, like her stern, whatever you call it in her voice. I don't know, like how anyone would describe Velma's voice is kind of, I can't draw legs. Like, I guess it's confident. Like, she had that confident, smart voice. Okay, so Velma is done. Onward. Okay, so next up is going to be Shaggy. I'm not gonna lie, Velma and Shaggy are kind of a ship of mine, but that's not the only reason I'm gonna do him next. It's also because of the Ultra Instinct Shaggy meme, which I've been a part of, and I love it. In the film that's coming up, I think it's how do you say it? Shaggy will be voiced by Will Forte? Is that how you say it? I don't know. I think the names are misspelled, but I'm not really sure. I don't know. I'm just happy they found someone, you know? Like, I found out that in some of the animated movies they had Matthew Lillard, who played Shaggy in the live action, voice him, and I was like, that's amazing, you know? And I loved Matthew Lillard's performance because that man just knew Shaggy, like, somehow, somewhere, this man was just possessed by Shaggy's, like, spirit. Okay, I'm gonna try to do that bean shape of Shaggy's face. Shaggy's hair has always been a mystery to me. So this ain't gonna be, like, as good, maybe, but I will try. His hair is, like, uniquely short. And then we'll just kind of give him kind of an ear right here. And then... okay, I already kind of messed him up. Okay, hold on. I got it. Because Shaggy's a little... he's a noodle, basically. Okay, so this is kind of hideous. And I feel bad that I'm doing this to Shaggy because he is, like, a god. So, maybe you guys are wondering how I came across the Ultra Instinct Shaggy meme. That's because of the Dragon Ball Z fans. And it was by a video I might put in the description, I might not. It's one where I think he's fighting Jiren, whatever his name is. I'm severely creeped out by the video.